I'm really excited about today's video because I'm going to be sharing with you guys my very first makeup products I ever bought for myself, and I am doing this in collaboration with my very good friend Chelsea Garay, and I will leave her channel linked down below, including her video. I'm sure you guys are already subscribed to her because I think she's amazing. She is hands down one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. Hands down. I just love this girl. And she always comes up with like the greatest ideas for videos. I love her. Me and her have a lot in common. We have the same beliefs. Of course, we're beauty addicts, and I'm just really happy to do this collab with her. So thank you, Chelsea, for doing this with me. If you are coming over from Chelsea's channel, welcome. My name is Lisa, and I hope that you guys stay a while and enjoy this video. So I'm really excited to share all this stuff with you, and some of the products that I will be sharing with you are products I still love till this day. Now, some of them are purchases that I first bought myself back in high school. I don't have everything that I first bought myself, obviously, because that was like a long time ago. I am 34. I graduated in 99. I probably started wearing makeup around that time. And when I got into really into my higher end makeup, that's when I started watching YouTube videos. So some of these products are kind of inspired by YouTube as well, that made me purchase some of this stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. First, I want to share with you guys the products that I don't have in my collection anymore, but I do remember the stuff that I used to buy for myself, and they were my very first purchases. My very first mascara that I ever purchased for myself was the Loreal Voluminous mascara, but the curved version. I loved that mascara. I haven't used the curved version in a really, really long time. I ended up buying the regular one with just the regular brush, the straight brush, and I didn't care for that one. So I do remember back in high school that I used to love the curved one. And also Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. I used to kind of rotate between those two, but my very first one was the L'Oreal Luminous. Now, I don't know if you guys remember by Maybelline, the Maybelline Kissing Koolers. Oh my goodness. If they can bring those back out, I would be all for them all over again. They used to come in different flavors: peppermint twist, cherry cola, watermelon swirl, and strawberry fizz. And I remember watermelon swirl and strawberry fizz were my two favorites. I used to love them, and they came in really cute, colorful packaging. I'm not sure if you guys remember them. If I can find a picture, I will try to insert it here for you, but I love those, and I wish Maybelline would just keep those around. Next would be the CoverGirl setting powder. I used to use that all the time. It was my very first purchase, mainly because my mother used to wear CoverGirl. She still does till this day. She'll still use the exact same powder. The only difference is the packaging is different. It used to be a lot thinner, almost like the NYC packaging, and then now they had changed it, but that was my very first purchase. I wasn't much for eyeshadow. I mean, back in high school, I pretty much just wore mascara and didn't really think to put anything else on my eyes, really. I didn't even do my eyebrows. I never used to fill in my eyebrows in high school, but anyways, the single shadows by CoverGirl, I used to buy them all the time. And I think even the trios I used to buy too, but I don't own any of those anymore. They're gone, so, and I haven't repurchased since then. The CoverGirl stick concealer, the one that you would twist up with a lipstick, they still sell those. I have not purchased since then, but that's what I used to use. That was my very first purchase. I liked it. I don't think I would like them now because there's so many great products that I really love, but back then that's what I wore. And the Bonnie Bell Blend and Glow, which is a compact highlighter, and you get 4 different shades. I used to buy that. That was my very first purchase back in the day, and I don't think I even used much of it when I did buy it, so that kind of just sat around. And just so you guys know, when I first started getting into makeup, I mainly just wore mascara, a little bit of powder, and some lip gloss, and that was pretty much it. I never used to buy anything else for myself until I started watching YouTube videos. When I started watching YouTube videos, everything changed. I never bought any high-end makeup. It was all drugstore. So just so you guys know that. Now, I'm gonna go into some products that I do have and I remember purchasing way back in the day. So first are these right here. This is the Bonnie Bell lip lights. I absolutely love these. Till this day, I still love them. They were even in my yearly favorites for 2014. Yes, they were. They're just my go-to lip glosses. I keep them in my purse every once in a while, and I have this one in strawberry and this one in cappuccino, and they smell so good. Oh, and I don't see these around a lot anymore. Only certain stores here where I live anyways do carry these, and some places don't. So I'm hoping that they don't ever discontinue these. And if they do, I'm definitely going to be repurchasing. They're only like $3 or something like that. They're really inexpensive and I absolutely love them. Okay, makeup brushes. I never used to use makeup brushes at all. So I remember my very first makeup brushes that I ever purchased, and they were crown brushes. And I purchased mine off Hot Look. They go on every once in a while still, and I really like the crown brushes. This is the only one that I have left in that kit that it came in, and this is their crease brush. I use this every once in a while when my other ones are dirty. It's not bad. It's not like my favorite crease brush, but it does the job, and it was my very first purchase of makeup brushes that I ever bought for myself, including like when I would add, like when I would wear like foundation. I used to always use my fingers. When I started watching YouTube videos, everyone's like, oh, you have to use a brush, you know, the brush is the best application, and everybody was using brushes, and I'm like, oh, like, that's just weird to put a brush in. It doesn't make sense to me. It just makes more sense to use my fingers. Well, let me tell ya, my very first purchase was the Tarte brush here, and I remember going into Sephora and saying I need a really good foundation brush, and the lady recommended this one, and I do like it. It's not my favorite, but I still do like it, and I do use it every once in a while when my brushes are dirty. Moving on to foundation. Now, even though I used to just wear the CoverGirl powder, my very first foundation that I ever purchased for myself was the L'Oreal True Match, and let me tell you guys, this is just a staple in my collection. I always have this around. I love this foundation. It just works for me. I'm in the shade W4, and it's an oldie but a goodie, and I absolutely love it. So this was my first love, and it still is a love to this day. So I love this foundation. For eyeshadows, like I said, I never really used to wear eyeshadows. The ones that I first purchased were the single CoverGirl eyeshadows, but then when I started watching YouTube videos, I picked up a WetNWild eyeshadow palette, and this one's in Walking on Eggshells. This is like my very first palette that I ever bought for myself, no joke, besides like the CoverGirl ones, and I love it. It's another staple in my collection. It's kind of like my go-to neutrals palette, and it's so pretty on, and I really like it. So you get your highlight, your crease, and your lid shade, or you can do whatever you want with your eyes, but I love this palette if you guys are looking for a nice neutral palette. There's no mattes in here, but yeah, even at the time, I don't think I even wore like a matte eyeshadow. It was all about the satin or the shimmers. So yeah, I love this palette till this day. I still really like it. Okay, even though, okay, I used to wear foundation, but I never used to wear a primer. So until I started watching YouTube videos, the Benefit PoreFessional was a love for so many people. It still is till this day. I still really like it. I didn't really see the purpose of using a primer at the time, but now that I started wearing a primer, I could never live without one. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes such a difference for my skin, especially mine, because I do suffer from really large pores and just uneven skin tone, and the primers really do help. So I do like this one, but when I started watching YouTube videos, I was all about the WetNWild blushes. This was like the only one that I had. I never owned any other ones, but this one is in Heather Silk, and I love it. It is so pigmented. You need a like stiffling brush to put this baby on, but I really like this color. It goes with a lot, and it's still one of my favorites till this day. Now, if we're going to talk about some higher end stuff for my very first purchases, the I remember researching blush like crazy on YouTube. I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna buy the one blush, like what is the one high-end blush that I want to purchase for myself, because it's a lot of money. And I chose the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush in Doll Face. Everybody loved this. Everybody was talking about it. And yeah, it's gotten a lot of love when I first purchased it, but then I started getting into makeup and purchasing more blushes. It kind of got pushed to the side, but I still like it. It's just a really nice, soft, baby pink color. You know, your typical pink. It's nothing really special in my opinion, but I do like the Tarte blushes. They do last a really long time, and I like the pigmentation. They have really pretty shades. And yeah, I remember this being my very first high-end purchase for blushes. My very first high-end bronzer that I ever purchased for myself is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. And let me tell you guys, it is another staple in my collection. I will always have Hoola in my collection because I absolutely love it. And every time I wear it again, I fall more and more in love with it. And I first when I bought it, I'm like, oh, that's not gonna show up on me. Like, there's no way. But it does. It shows up even on medium to olive skin tone. It's amazing. The color is absolutely perfect. And I still use the brush that it comes in. And if you don't have like the Ita brush, this is actually very, very similar. And it just does a really good job of sculpting out your face. So yes, the Benefit Hoola is my first love, and it's still a love till this day. Okay, I remember a couple of my first MAC purchases that I'll be sharing with you guys, and my very first MAC blush is Gingerly. I remember buying this off of Beyond the Rack. Beyond the Rack used to carry a lot of MAC makeup, and now I don't really see them have it online anymore, but I remember purchasing this guy, my very first one, and this is my all-time favorite blush. I love it. I love it. I love it. If I would suggest one blush by MAC, I think it would definitely be Gingerly. I like Melba. That's another kind of blush that I think everybody should have too, but Gingerly is just a go-to. It goes with every look. It's neutral. Anybody can wear it. So love this. Gingerly, my very first purchase at MAC. If we want to talk about lipsticks at MAC, I still remember my very first purchase of lipstick, and it is Saint Germain. This is an amplified finish. I wore this the other day. I actually should have worn it in today's video, but I'm actually wearing something else. I love this. It's bright. It's in your face, but I love it so much. So Saint Germain was my very first purchase. Oh, thank you, Marco. Thank you. Sorry about that. My son likes to play with my makeup brushes, but Saint Germain, I love it. It's still one of my favorites. I would consider this like my top 5 favorite pinks. So I do recommend that one. I don't know where the other one went, but my very first nude lipstick that I ever purchased was by MAC as well, and it's Creme de Nude. I cannot find it anywhere. I did have it out for this video, so I'm assuming one of my sons took it and hid it in their toys or something. So I'm gonna have to go out and find it. But Creme de Nude, I remember going in there and saying, okay, I need a nude lipstick because I don't know which one is gonna suit my skin tone, and I need one that's not gonna make me look dead. And that's the one they recommended to me, so I bought it, and I do love that one. It is in my top favorites for nude lipsticks. My very first eyeshadow that I ever purchased at MAC is Brown Script, and it is, I can't take it out of the pan, but there it is right there. That's Brown Script. I'll just do a really quick swatch for you guys. There you go. But this is just the perfect color in your crease. It just gives it such nice warmth, and it is a staple in a lot of people's collection. And I absolutely love it, and that's my very first MAC eyeshadow that I ever purchased for myself. And that's when I really started getting into high-end makeup, and if you guys were to see my collection right now, it's huge. It's really big. I need to buy more storage. That's how big my collection is getting. So, what else do I have here that I wanted to mention? Okay, oh, I do remember this one, and I think that is my last one. Yes. For my very last purchase that I can remember me first purchasing is the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I remember everybody talking about this. I just started doing like my eye makeup with my Walking on Eggshells, and I wanted my eyeshadows to kind of pop a little bit more, and Milk was a color that everybody liked to use as a base and just kind of either help darken up a shade or make a color just pop. So it's quite funny. I don't really use this one anymore. I just don't reach for it enough. I don't know why. I'm not sure. I just don't. But I still like it. It's still nice. It's still really creamy. I don't own a lot of these, but this was my very first eyeshadow base that I ever purchased for myself. And those are all the products that I can really remember. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure I'm leaving out a lot more. But as far as what I can remember, those are my very first purchases that I ever bought for myself, either from when I first started getting into makeup and when I started watching YouTube videos. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to head over to Chelsea's. I'm sure hers is going to be so good. I cannot wait to watch hers. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today and taking the time out of your busy day to watch my video. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.